My name is Betty Mangum, and I was basically a housewife.
Perfect.
But I had got to where I couldn't do much of anything.
Yeah, so that's what brought you in to see Dr.
That's what
Riker,
brought me in
right?
to see Dr. Riker, because I couldn't do anything because of my shoulder hurting so bad, and I was having headaches all the time, and the headaches were, I think, worse even than my shoulder, in the back of my neck and down the back of my neck, and I'd got to where I couldn't cook, I couldn't pick up a pan or a skillet, or anything, because it was, even anything that was heavy at all, it didn't make any difference what it was. I just couldn't pick it up. Couldn't sweep the floor. I couldn't mop. And so we had saw on television, and then we'd saw on the phone too, where y'all were having a what is that called?
A free seminar.
A free seminar. So we came to the seminar, and decided to come over here then, and that's the greatest thing I've ever done. Because the first 3 weeks, and within the first 3 weeks, I was already feeling better. I could raise my arm up and just do about anything. My head has, just within the first 3 days, my head was a lot better. My headaches, and my neck's already a lot better. And I could turn it. Before I couldn't hardly turn my head at all, and I could turn my head.
Yeah.
And I was on about 5 different medicines for headaches and stuff, and pain pills. And now I'm only taking one medicine for headache, and I really think that I could get off of that.
Wow. So all of those medications potentially now you don't have to take. That's awesome.
I don't have to take it at all. And I think if anybody would just listen and come over here if they have anything wrong with them, it'd be the greatest thing they could ever do, because I would recommend you all to anybody.
Perfect.
And I think this is the greatest place I've ever been. It's better than, I've went to doctors and went to doctors over the years, and it's just, I've had all kinds of shots and all kinds of other stuff that has never did any good. And I am so proud that we have been here. And I am so tickled at the way that you all have treated me, because everybody here has just been so great and so friendly. And when we walk in that door, they say, "Hi, Betty," and welcome, and they treat you the same every time.
Now.
Well, to start with, before I started coming over here, it was a 10, and it's nearly stayed a 10 all the time. Even with the pain pill, I could take a pain pill, and then all the other pills I was taking, and it didn't last no time till it was just back and just excruciating pain. And now then, I have hardly no pain at all. So I'd say that's the greatest thing. You know, I couldn't recommend that to. If I could recommend that to anybody, if they would just try it. And if they don't try it, I think something's pretty wrong with them.
What did you do since the pain's gone away?
Well, I can sweep the floors, I can mop, I can do my washing. Before, I couldn't even pull the clothes out of the dryer or the washer whenever I'd wash or dry clothes. I couldn't do that. I can drive the car now a lot better than what I could before. I was kind of afraid to, because I couldn't turn my head to look. You know, and that's pretty dangerous when you get to where you're at that point.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get out a lot of times before because my head would hurt so bad. And I couldn't stand the sun hit me in the face or nothing because the headaches was so bad. So there's just a lot of things I can do now that I couldn't do then.
That's awesome. And then what would you say to somebody who's considering this program? I know you've already touched on it a little bit.
Oh, I think it would be the greatest thing they could do for themselves if they would just come and listen to you all, and then come over here and get their x-rays or whatever they had to do and go through the program. Even the first 2 or 3 weeks, maybe everybody won't do the same, but the first 2 or 3 weeks I have did great. And I think a lot of people would too if they would just listen and do what they're supposed to.